What's going on, folks? I'm Manny Vitale, host of My Fight Our War, and it is Tuesday evening here in Detroit, Michigan, and just got my second wind and finished a big old almost said a bottle of Mastacholi. Yeah, a big old bowl of Mastacholi, and you know what? It was either let's just kick back and relax, or let's go and chit chat with the family for a little while. It was an easy choice. I'd rather hang with you guys. But you know what? I hope you guys had a great weekend. A lot going on. A lot going on with my family. Got to see some family from out of town, as you guys saw. We had my cousin Tony and his beautiful wife Laura from Arizona pop in for a week and got to visit with them. It was great seeing them, and it was really nice because not only did they get to see um, not only me, but they stayed with my mom. Got to visit with her and see some of Laura's family in Ohio. Came back here and had a chance to come up and visit me at work. See all the amazing people I work with over at Wolverine Harley. It's just from one family to the next, and it didn't stop there. They uh, they left this last. When did they leave Sunday, Monday. The days are blended. I mean, they're just. But this past Saturday, like I said, they got to reminisce and visit with family members, and like I said, come up to Wolverine, meet the Wolverine family that I work with every day. And as you see on here, there's Trisha. How you doing, Trisha? And there's my cousin. Just were your ears ringing there, cuz I was just talking about you. And how you got to not only come to Detroit and stay with Ma and visit, you got to hang out and visit some of Laura's family as well. Meet some of my Wolverine Harley Davidson family. And as everyone sees, Anthony Vitale, my cousin, he got to be part of this firsthand as the My Fight Our War family being right here where I am in studio. And him and Laura got to come here. They came by, they had dinner, and we all crammed into this little room full of lights and cameras and action, and had a good time. It was really nice being able to spend some time with them. And as you can see, I'm getting these little collectibles here. My friend Groot, and of course Rocket. You know, it's I can kind of relate with both of them. You know, when it comes to, um, as you guys know, I never follow a script, but if I did, this would be my man. I would basically just have to sit here. If I was Groot and I had his lines, I would just be saying, I am Manny. I am Manny. There you go. I can do that. And God knows how much, I think it was Diesel that played Groot, how much he got for saying that over and over. Tyler Thompson, how are you, my brother? Tyler has been kicking ass with not only his training in MMA, but his incredible job he's doing with his podcast, Knocking Out Addiction. So please show some love for my brother Tyler and his podcast. Um, I I think you had Krista on, our sister over there at Sober Patrol. And speaking of Krista, man, let's send some positive thoughts and prayers Krista's way. As you know, have seen, she's been posting. She unfortunately has some issues with her neck and is going to be having some surgery. I can't remember the exact date, but definitely sending a lot of positive thoughts and prayers towards Kat over at Sober Patrol to have a very quick and surgery goes very well, successful, and healing process that is hopefully very quick as well, and get you back doing what you do, and that's helping so many people. And that goes for all of us. That goes for Trisha. That goes for Tyler, Kat, Christy. How you doing, Christy? Christy, just want to thank you again for your just awesome hospitality. When I was in Athens, Alabama, um, back in June, uh, it was great. When they say Southern hospitality, that was you guys, and that was you, Christy. So thank you so much, and congratulations on all your accomplishments. And not only that, going through the post, I did see you had a post um, about an old stud up there that is no longer with us, and just wanted to send a lot of positive thoughts and prayers your way, and let you know that you will never be alone in this. Just like Tyler and Trisha, my cousin, just like all of us, man, we are all one family. And just wanted to, I'm sorry I don't have all the information on his name and picture that you posted, but you had some very beautiful, touching uh, words, and obviously, just know that we're with you, and you got them, Christy. Thoughts and prayers your way, man. Um, can I ask for some prayers? That's exactly what I was talking about, Krista or Christy. Hi, everyone. Can I ask for some prayers, please? I lost the father of my oldest son the other day. We will have his service this Saturday. That's what I didn't want to give any wrong information. Um, Christy, I'm very sorry for your loss. Um, there are no words that I can say. There's no words that any of us can say to take away the pain that you're going through. But just please know that you're not alone. And those are not just words. Those are coming from all of us at My Fight or War. They're coming from all of us who are in this recovery together. They're coming from all of us warriors who stick together, who are part of this elite fraternity, who know loss, who know pain and suffering. And, we will never know the actual pain that someone feels, but we do know we can relate to what others are going through because we've been there. And ourselves dealing with addiction, we've been there ourselves dealing with loss of loved ones, just as Christy is dealing with this now. But like I said, Christy, you are not alone. Um, his name is Michael. Michael, I saw your picture, Michael. You got an amazing woman with Christy, who is a warrior. And Michael, you are in our thoughts and prayers. And I know you're looking down on us. And all I can say, Michael, is may you rest in peace. And please send that Christy's way at this time. Tyler. And this is what I mean, Christy. This is my brother Tyler from Knocking Out Addiction. If you need us, feel free to reach out. My inbox is always open. That's from Tyler Thompson from Knocking Out Addiction. And of course, we've got Jacqueline, Shenanigators. So sorry for your loss, Christy. Prayers for you and your family. Shenanigator, Christy, thank you so much. Lori is here from Athens, Alabama as well. And hey, just so y'all know, we had a miracle today. Well, we could definitely use anything positive anytime. So please share whatever that miracle was. Leroy, sorry if you lost. My condolences. Lori, I'm sorry, Lori. Well, Lori, Leroy, all of us here right now. I'm just, for some reason, Christy, I thought that um, this happened a while ago. For some reason, I don't know if I had some posts mixed up or not, but I thought that it was a while ago. I didn't realize, which doesn't make it any easier. So again, you know, you're not alone. Just please know that. And um, Lori says, my grandson is home with me. Well, that is very good news, Lori. We are very happy for that. And you know, with that, I'm sure comes a whole uh, another chapter of your life, and a whole another chapter of his as well. So, you know, there's a lot going on here right now. So, just kind of taking everything in that's happening right now. So, Lori, that is great news. Very happy for you and your grandson, and that's awesome. And Christy, I was sitting out back yesterday. It was just really going through it, and some of my thoughts was really scary. So I started praying. And I don't know if you believe in signs, but there was a big blue butterfly that just came up flying around me. And Michael always said I was his butterfly. And I knew he was letting me know he was finally free of pain and depression. I just know it was him. Well, you know what, Christy, I do believe in faith. I do believe in miracles. I believe in God. I believe in, you know, I do. And I've had a lot of things happen as far as personally myself with so many losses that I have also had, not only with my dad, with my brother Jerry, and countless, countless others. And I've had a lot of signs and things that happen around that I've told some people about, some that I've shared, and some of the things that I've shared with them, they knew that there was no doubt that, like my brother Jerry, I've had things happen um, with Jerry, that signs that would only be Jerry, and it brings me a lot of peace in my heart knowing that. So, Christy, yes, that was Michael letting you know that he's free and that he's happy and that he wants you to be happy and he wants you to carry out. You know this. I'm not telling you anything, I mean, that you don't know. And so, Christy, that was a beautiful sign, and I'm really, really happy that that happened for you. Um, let's see. Amber, is Amber here? See, I don't. OG has the night off, so I am running solo. So I don't have her on the phone, so she's not obviously answering comments, and plus she sees a lot of the comments before I do. So there may be people on here that I don't see for some reason. So if I'm not saying something or acknowledging someone, please know that I'm not ignoring you. It's just I don't see you yet. There's a delay for some reason. Um, yes, we definitely, Lori, we definitely have to check on each other, and you above anyone, you know that personally firsthand yourself, going through it. Donald Blow, how you doing, my brother? Hopefully you are doing well. I see that Donald has been in the woods. You lucky son of a bitch. As you guys were the people that know me well, I said this earlier doing a show about my happy places, and there's a few. And just to run down a few of them, just like you guys, you know, at a time like this, my happy places to be are in church, at the gym, on my Harley, spending time with my mom, um, out in the woods. Definitely, man, being out in the woods, just looking up and seeing the sky, hearing the wind through the trees, feeling the ground, the crunching of the leaves, man, just sitting there. It's just a And Donald said he did get one. Got a deer last week. Congratulations, my man. What else we got? I think I'm caught up. Uh, but as far as happy places, you know what? Donald, I bet you yours is on the water fishing and in the woods, enjoying the woods. Just a little curious. What are some of your other guys? Some other people that are on here right now? Tyler, Lori, Christy, Jacqueline, um, Leroy. I mean, Trisha. You know, what are some of your happy places where you like to be? Some places where you don't know, you don't need other people to be there. Like for me, the places I just mentioned, um, I can be there totally by myself, and that's why it's my happy place. When I'm in the gym, that's a happy place, and I could be there alone. When I'm in church, when I'm in the woods, and to me, sometimes being out in the woods is like being in church, and those are my happy places. Ryan, how you doing, Ryan? We have a lot of things happening in a very short time that I've been on, Ryan. Just to kind of fill you in, unfortunately, Christy, our sister Christy, lost someone very close to her. The father of her oldest son passed away. So we're definitely sending a lot of positive thoughts and prayers out to Christy at a very difficult time. And at the same time, in Alabama, we had a miracle happen with our with Lori, who's been dealing with some issues with her grandson, who is back at home, back in the loving care of Lori. So that's congratulations to that. So right now we're kind of throwing a bunch of positive prayers and thoughts and messages to Christy for what she's going through, to Lori for what she is going through, with a lot of personal things with her grandson. Um, and at the same time, kind of just talking about um, people's happy places. What are some places? Where are some places for all of us that and sometimes it could be in your own mind, man. And I tell you what, for a while there, that's a place where I didn't ever want to be alone. But now, kind of just reminiscing about certain things in my life, looking back at, instead of being, ashamed and upset and all that, um, I'm happy. I'm content. I'm excited. I'm eager to see what's next instead of fearful. Um, but so for Ryan and everybody, if you want to, just throw out a few places that are your guys' happy places, some places that you go and or you like to go where it brings happiness and peace into your life. Christy said, sorry, I had to step away for a minute. I'm back, y'all, and Lori. God is so good. I know you are full of joy. Yes, yes, Christy. It's and like I said, it's it's just how crazy our this world that we live in, man. We literally went from having comments, that with your very tragic loss and a lot of sorrow for you and your loved ones, um, to all of a sudden getting this um, text that Lori's grandson's back. So you're going from this to this, and literally two comments, and that's just life, man. And but we're here for each other. Um, Christy, Manny, I am going to send you a voice clip on details of what happened. I gotta go. It was my work close, but man, I want to thank you. You're such a blessing, and your words of love, support, and encouragement bring back down to a safe place. And for that, I'm so very thankful and grateful. We love you here in Alabama. Well, I love you guys a lot, and we're in this together, Christy. And your pain is our pain, and Lori's joy is our joy, and that's how this works. We deal with this together, and that's what we do. So you can hit me up with whatever you need, Christy. And Like Lori just said, it's been a ride, and the thing is, it never ends. It's every day. It's just something new, and I'm really looking forward to coming back to Alabama. Um, there's so much to do. There's so much going on. These last few months have been kind of crazy, um, but that again, that's life. That's speaking of that. It just reminds me of how absolutely amazingly strong that we all are. And that reminds me of that because of something that a guest I had on the show, he brought somebody with him one time, and we were chit chatting. And this guy was, I'll put this delicately, he was a bit of a prick, and he knew everything about everything. He never drank or smoked or did drugs, but he knew everything about everything. Um, and proceeded to tell me how us that were dealing with addiction, that we were weak and that we were selfless and we didn't care about anybody and we were selfish and we were this. He just went on and on and on and on. And I just sat there and took it, and I said, you know what, you're right. During my time and anyone in an active addiction, everything you just said about not caring about anyone else, being weak and being selfish and all these things, you're 100% on, because that you just described me to the T, man, during active addiction. But because I made a comment about how strong people are in recovery, all of us who are where we are, who we are, and he kind of gave me a little smart ass remark. So I had to remind him. I said, listen, um, we're just like you. You, as he pointed out numerous times, never drank, smoked, did drugs, never had no one in his family. And not only that, he doesn't even know anyone in his circle who's ever had issues. To which I told him he was full of shit, but I kept moving on. And I said, um, but in recovery, I'll tell you what, you will never meet anybody stronger than somebody who is in recovery. Somebody who is not only in recovery, but who is taking part in helping others in recovery, because we deal with work issues. We deal with personal issues. We deal with financial issues. We deal with social issues. We deal with issues with family, friends, just like people not dealing with addiction at all. We deal with all the same issues that other people do who have been blessed never to have problems with addiction. But we also deal with addiction and what it causes and what it does physically, emotionally, spiritually, 24/7, every single day of the week, every single day of our lives. And we still move on and do just as much as, if not more, than you do. So that's why I say how proud I am to be part of this elite fraternity, that we are warriors, that we are stronger than we know. And it's an honor to be part of this family. And I mean that with all my heart. Leroy, my happy place is when I'm in my basement playing my saxophone. There you go, my brother. That's Leroy's happy place. Um, Christy, I have a village, and that's all of you. I try to stay connected as much as I can, but I work has my life pretty much consumed, and I'm not complaining, especially in these moments right now. I'm trying to keep my mind in a place where it's safe. Of all of you know what I mean. I love you all. God bless you all. I know what you mean. And like they do say, man, idle minds a devil's workshop. Well, with all of us here, um, we'll we'll keep you busy. And you have been. I've seen your posts, just like all you guys. Your posts, your the positive words, but not only that, it's amazing when you see the pictures, sometimes without even a post, just the picture of you smiling, laughing, being happy, of your family, being pictures of you and family, loved ones, family and friends all together. Because I can tell you what, um, in my day, uh, in my past, there weren't pictures of me smiling. There weren't pictures of me and family. There were not pictures of me and family and happy moments. And now, when you look at our page, you look at other people's pages, and that's what you see. You see camaraderie, you see love and a connection and support and motivation. And really, really, that means a lot. Um, Vincent, thank you so much for everything, man. With all your posts, moving forward with recovery, community, peace, love, joy. It's without a doubt, man. You can see definitely with Vincent's posts as well, with all of your support and information. Thank you so much for that. Definitely really appreciate it. Um, that's right. Keep forgetting you're in Kansas City. You and your Chiefs. But I didn't see how. Oh, shoot. That's right. Yeah, you guys. I'm sorry. I hate to bring this up, but I believe you're 0-2. But hey, we're 1-1. That the season's still young, and you know what? It's it does remind me of something. With it just popped in my mind, as you guys may have seen. I had Coach on, Tony Morrissey, and we were discussing the event that was just this past August the 30th, and the Brian Cody Brothers and Sisters Foundation. And we were chit chatting about the event, the good, the bad, the ugly, and things that could change, things that could go better, just different things about the event. And it just so happened that Coach's favorite baseball team is the Yankees. Mine, obviously, Tigers. Well, at the end of the show, um, the Yankees and Tigers were playing that night. And I had no idea the score or anything like that. And I said, well, before we go, just know that my Tigers are beating your ass or something like that. And he goes, oh, no. And he had the score right there on his phone. He goes, my Yankees are beating your Tigers 2-0. I was like, oh, and they were. He got me. So I was like, okay. Well, lo and behold, as you guys, I don't know if you saw the series, um, by the end of that game, my Tigers came back and won 12-2. And then the next night won, I think it was like 11-1 or 9-3 or something like that. But then they did come back to win one. So this past Sunday, um, I'm watching both the Tigers and the Lions play, and I'm watching my Lions just kick the crap out of the Chicago Bears. So as I was sitting there, I was like, okay. Well, I know his favorite baseball team is the Yankees. There's a lot of people there that some of them are um, the Mets. So I wasn't sure as far as football where Coach was. So I sent him a message and I asked, I go, who's your football team? I just said Jets or Giants, because I was assuming one of them, and I didn't hear back. And I sent um, my nephew Bo a message, and I was asking him if he knew. And he sent me back. Bo sent me a message saying that Bo's favorite team were the Patriots. And then he told me who Coach's favorite football team was, and I was not expecting it. But oh, the ammo it gave me. I was expecting to hear Jets or Giants. Instead, I heard Coach's favorite football team was the Chicago Bears, which our Lions beat them 51-50, whatever. Yeah, thank you, Vincent. But yeah, so here that kind of surprised me. I did not expect that. Why? I mean, hey, I was just throwing the teams out there. So yeah, had some fun with coach, but anyways, um 52 points, yep. And any given MLB World Series playoffs, yeah, I mean, I tell you, you know what cracks me up is I get so ticked off. There's a 97.1, The Fan, I listen to, and they get a lot of the callers call in, especially Monday morning quarterbacks. Monday mornings look, and you get the fans who call in, who say they're fans, and it doesn't matter who the team is, whether it's the Wings, the Tigers, the Pistons, whatever it is. Because here, our first game we lost against the Packers. One game. And people were calling up saying they needed to fire Campbell. They needed to fire Holmes, our GM, that the Lions were done one freaking game, and people were just slamming them. There was a saying that we all had to deal with for over 60 years here, and it was SOL, same old Lions. Well, that's not the case anymore. And I just sit there and listening to some of these people and just the negativity that spews from their mouths. And I can just picture these guys sitting there, probably never picked up a football in their lives, or they played little league, football, baseball, and yet their stories are when they played semi-pro somehow. And then we turn around and we win last Sunday against not only do we win, we stomped the shit out of them, right? Sure enough, couple callers. Well, it really doesn't show anything because our defense didn't show up. And I was just like, are you shitting me? You lose, you suck. You win, you not as good as you should have won. I mean, it's just unbelievable. But you know what? Such is life. And that's what makes it fun. That's what makes sports fun is and not only that, but we all have our own opinions on everything in life. And there's a saying that I have that I just pulled out of my ass during one interview one time. Actually, it was one of my very first ones. It was my first one I ever did, and I don't know what got into me. I sat down in this news studio in Port Huron. It was an actual news. I can't remember what channel it was. The studio was it had the big ass cameras that move by themselves and cables everywhere. And here's me, first ever interview. And the crazy thing is, I was not nervous at all. And I'm sitting there, and we went for almost 2 hours. And then, of course, they produce it and edit it. But I remember at one point, the person interviewing me asked about, um, how I deal with things. Because in the past, there was a lot of anger, a lot of violence, a lot of controversy in my life. And I said, "Oh, now," I said, I'm still, I got fire, burning, in my ass every now and then. It's still there." And that old saying, "Don't mistake kindness for weakness." But I said, I love controversy because it brings about conversation. It brings about thoughts, ideas. And in the past, controversy was dealt with a lot of anger, fighting, physical violence. I mean, it was just ridiculous. But now, like I said, controversy brings about conversation. Whether you like someone, don't like someone, if you take the time to listen, yeah, and just listen. I'm not saying agree, change your thoughts. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying just listen, and you'll be amazed. That's why, you know, for me, it just seemed very. I can't even think of the words where it just was like a very peaceful situation where, and before any type of controversy, it was be on the defense, anger, elevate your anger, your voice, your actions, everything. And the first couple times, it was just the opposite, man. It was just like, huh. I sat there and I listened to this person who basically said they didn't like me, what I stood for, didn't, I mean, just like lit into me. And I was like, oh, well, this person was going by a lot of hearsay shit that was on social media that it was, well, I heard this from somebody who knows you. Well, after I finding out who it was somebody who knew somebody who was a friend of somebody, one of those bullshit things where, yeah, somebody who knew somebody said that they heard you say something. Well, whatever. But by the end of this conversation, and I was able to reply, and I wasn't trying to convince this person to like me because personally I thought they were an asshole too. But after having a conversation, we met on a common ground. And I even told him, said, listen, man, I go, so what do you think? And he goes, well, I really still don't care for you. I goes, but I see your point on a certain some things. So we at least gained some ground. And I go, well, there you go. I go, see, I feel the same way. I still think you're an asshole, but I don't think you're as much of an asshole as when we first started this conversation. And then, we actually laughed about it and we have been able to joke around a little bit about it. So um, that's all. That's all. Leroy, you're a natural. That's why well, I tell you what, Leroy, I think it's just from just like you, my man, Leroy Ebron from Leroy Ebron's house, who is my brother from another mother in Connecticut. We're still waiting for our clips that we did these videos in our studio upstairs in Connecticut. And you guys saw a lot of the stills and a couple little videos of myself and my producer, Matt Cronin, excuse me, doing some of the shots upstairs. What you didn't see are some of the ones because Leroy was up there and he actually didn't know that we were coming in town, and we got to excuse me, got to surprise him, and he was already upstairs where it's a mocked up jail cell, and he was the CO, and I was an inmate along with Matt, and we were able to do a couple clips. But then, unfortunately, Leroy had to leave and take care of some business at home. But we are going to be doing more clips, more videos when I go back to New York, and looking forward to doing that. And again, just like doing shows, doing interviews, hosting a podcast, I've never done it, not a clue what I'm doing, but it's just it's something I really enjoy doing. Um, when I've said this before, I know you're probably tired of hearing it, but when I first started, I never thought, in a million years I'd be doing shit like this because I would see people that did public speaking, people who did live shows. I'm like, there's no way, because of this one time I had to do an in service in front of just a few buddies, like two or three friends that I've known for a long time, and I freaking had a panic attack talking to three buddies because I had to stand up in front of the room and talk to them. And while I was doing this, like one or two other friends happened to come in. Next thing you know, I'm like hyperventilating, palms are sweating. I had to stop. And I'm like, there's no way I could ever do shit like this. And here I am, it'll be with My Fight or War, it'll be 3 years, January the 9th, that I started this amazing family. And it's just over January or July 4th or so, it'll be a year that I've been doing shows and podcasts. And I tell you, it's just, I love doing this. Um, I'm not saying, anything. I'm definitely not, blowing my own horn or anything about it, but I feel so freaking comfortable doing this, and I enjoy having guests on. I enjoy being on other people's shows. I enjoy, I was just at the event in New York or Connecticut where I got to, public speaking. Instead of talking to two or three buddies, there were, I don't know, a couple hundred or whatever it was that are all scattered around as I'm, chit chatting. My first one was at a fan meeting for Face Addiction Now, where again, there was a couple hundred people all standing there. And here I am up there, and it felt very peaceful. I felt very peaceful, and that's when I knew this is how I wanted my Fight Our War to be for all of us. I wanted to be welcoming and peaceful and friendly, where you could pop on here, put your name, your picture, and your post, knowing that you will not be judged, and you're going to be, no matter what you say, good, bad, or ugly. I mean, even when there's a disagreement, man, it's done with class, and it's done, with a lot of class, and that's what we are. And Christy's back with us. It says clothes are in the washer. Check the inbox when you are finished. I will definitely do that. Me and you have to do another one. Yes, we will, Leroy. We are going to definitely do some clips. Trisha, I love them, and coming on really helped me move from my own. Trisha was, Trisha, Leroy, Tyler have all been guests. Lori have been guests on the show. And as I've always said, too, when it comes to anyone who decides to, I don't care if it's, this show or whatever show, um, for those who make that choice to go on, whether it's My Fight or War or anyone else's podcast, to tell their story, man, I tell you what, that's heroic. I mean, it really is. I mean, there's people who are interviewed that are talking about like happy events. They just won, the Little League, or they won the World Series. They won the sporting event. They're top in their class. They're being they won some race. They, top in their class, and they're being interviewed for a topic that's upbeat, happy, and joyful, right? Not us, man. What are we talking about? Some of the worst times in our fucking life. We're talking about, and the thing is, it's personal because it's about us, things that we did, that we said, and we're sharing it with the world. Um, so for all of you who come on this show and any other show and you share your stories, God bless you, man, because like I said, that's heroic. That not only, because I know some people, like Tricia said, and I can relate, because I remember when I told mine for the first time on a show, I didn't know what to expect. No one does. It's the first time, right? And I felt like I could breathe. And it was just like, and it was all that time that, you know, when you're telling the truth and when you're talking about your life, you don't need a script. It's your life. And good, bad, or ugly, man, those are things that I did. And I got to live with it. And like I always say, you got to own it. And until you own it, whatever it is, it owns you, whether it's drinking, drugs, eating, um, whatever it is, until you own whatever is keeping you down, until you own whatever is, keeping you afraid of taking that next step, it will own your ass. And we have come too far to let that happen. We own it now. And as far as recovery, in the past, it was up to addiction when we woke up, when we ate, when we went to sleep, when we went to work, what we did, what we didn't do. You know what? It was all up to addiction, because it was like, I'm too sick to get up. I'm too tired to wake or to get out of bed, or I'm too geeked to go to sleep. I'm too geeked and wired now to eat. I mean, it wasn't our decision to make anymore. Not anymore. Now we own it. We decide when we're going to bed. We decide when we're going to eat. We decide when we're going to go to the gym. We decide when we're going to family functions. And we decide to kick the shit out of addiction. Because as I said many times, man, addiction is only a word. Addiction is not a death sentence. And we're all proof of that. And, you know, for those who are no longer here, we are here for them. Christy is here for Michael. I'm here for Jerry. I'm here for Kevin. I'm here for those who aren't here to tell their story. It's my responsibility that yeah, to tell their story so they did not die in vain. And that's what I'm going to do. And you guys are you guys are all proof of that. And I've said it and I'll keep saying it. It's such a privilege and an honor to be part of this family. And the night that I drew this, you guys have seen this. This is this terrible drawing in these words. These are I wrote this on January the 8th, 2023. Before that, this didn't exist. My Fight Our War, January the 8th, 2023, there was no My Fight Our War. There was no Wolfpack. There was none of this. January the 9th, 2023, when I figured out how to start a page in a family in a recovery group, this became real. And I keep this in my studio right in front of me so I can see it every day and be fucking proud of it. And then I see you and I see your names. And, it's just a blessing. And speaking of blessing, there's my cousin Laura, my cousin Tony's wife. So, Laura, it was great seeing you and cousin Tony. Let's see. Did I miss someone? Tyler Thompson made it home from work. And we are doing pretty good. But anyways, guys, like I said, I had to make a choice earlier after eating that big old bowl of masticholi. It was either just get some rest, kick back with Wonder Dog Susie, who is in the room. She's got her own little chair right there in the corner. You know what I got to do is I got to get a little GoPro Susie cam, and I'll set that up so we can have Susie, because sometimes she'll pop right up here, right between Groot and Rocket. And she loves to also just stand up and put her butt right in front of the camera. So that's my girl. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to say hi. And it was, there's certain nights you come on, you don't know. Well, for me, I never know what the hell I'm going to say. You guys know that. We just come on here and chit chat as a family, man, and just let her rip. I'm glad we came on tonight. It was, to be there for everybody, especially, with Christy and Lori and everybody. But at times like this, some people need us more than others. And this is one of those times. So, lots of love and prayers, Christy, Lori, all of you. And again, thank you for being part of this amazing family. And it means the world to me. And we will be back. God knows what's going on. Like I said, there's so much happening behind the scenes. I'm still waiting for, there's things happening in New York with Ian and myself and Matt and, with Leroy. But it's all good stuff. And like I said, I don't want to say too much before, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but just say it's good. So you guys have a great rest of your night. Enjoy every minute of every day. As we know, life is precious, life is short. But most of all, it's precious. So love you guys. And we will be talking soon. Until next time, man, keep fighting the good fight.